Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Orta Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We're the good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things. That's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Shithousery.
Look at that merch. Look at it. Look at that merch. And.
Good evening, lads. How are you doing?
Grand.
And
How's your laptop doing, Carl?
yeah. Well,
Carl's
I'm
laptop is
giving
in
it another
turmoil.
10 minutes and it'll probably just shit itself. It's really is like, you know what I mean? It says ThinkPad on it, like, but it's absolute garbage.
We're going to have another one of those episodes where you're about 5 minutes behind us all.
Yeah, it's the Eurovision all over again.
Me and him. Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking hell.
Anyway.
Right, how are you doing anyway, lads? You doing all right?
I want to say yes, but I don't want to interrupt anything else that you might say. Do we need to have a special word after you finish talking? Break?
Over.
Big bird and rubber ducky, man.
How's it going, lads?
Over.
Then for
Fuck's sake. Anyway, go on, Carl. Go on, Carl.
Do you know what? I'm not even having a beer.
So anyway,
I am sponsored by Thistle Hotels tonight.
Have you joined the brew crew?
I am.
Welcome.
I am. It is.
I bet you're a PG man, aren't you?
I am not. I am a black coffee man.
Oh, really? Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm a black coffee. I'm a simple taste.
It's Yorkshire or note, isn't it, really?
Strong and dark, like my soul.
Yeah, I'm going to have to drop out for a second, lads, because this is absolutely frying my noodles. So I had planned on actually doing like player ratings from the
You seem all right to me
that.
now. You seem like you're up to speed now. You're not lagging or anything. I mean, obviously, on the actual show. I don't mean just generally in life.
Okay, right, okay.
You can still see the loading bar going across, but it was the one in his brain, not on his laptop.
I'm well aware of what you're saying, so fuck you. So anyway,
Mark says you need a side when you finish
right?
speaking. Maybe just hold up a little flag, or like if you want. to
Okay,
speak,
yeah, I'll just do that. Just do that.
All right. It's great for the audio listener.
Yeah, I'm currently waving a notebook in the air. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about the international players before we get into anything too Leeds related, just to see what you thought of it. I've got ratings here. I know you said you didn't really watch anything, but I'm sure you've read enough garbage online to make a solid opinion, perhaps. No? Okay.
How did Italy get
That's
on?
fair enough. They won. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they beat
win?
Israel. Yeah. You
they
beat
did.
Wales
They
3-0
did.
and you beat Latvia 5-0. I was going to get onto that, but yeah. So Rodon and Ampadu and Darlow for Wales. Against England, Rodon was 5.8, and against see the dog in the background now. Fucking Animal House in this guy. Fucking mental.
Carl's the Josie Fritzl of pet owners. They're just trying to escape while his fucking dodgy internet.
Don't even have a basement. It's just a straight shoot out the front door, like.
There's no professionalism like this. You can keep your square balls.
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
can
have to
keep
go
you don't go to
with-
bed just yet. You don't get any content like this anywhere else.
You don't, and I don't think anyone's actually met Arnie yet, have they? So we may as well get that out of the way. You've heard the fucker now, like. So hold on a second. For the audio listeners, tough, just tough.
For the audio listeners, Carl is showing us his dog.
He's gone. He's shut
It's
up.
not Crufts.
He's gone.
We're not an Huddersfield podcast.
Shut up. No, it's not. He's shut up. But yeah, so I just want to talk about Darlow. 2 losses, few mistakes. Do you think does that put a doubt in Fark's mind at all? Even though Perry is still injured technically, but do you think would he have come back in? Gilly, go to you first.
I think that Darlow's done well enough to retain his place regardless. I don't think Farker's going to look at international break and go, so-and-so was playing well for me and has played not so well for someone else, so I'm going to drop him. I'm not convinced that would have been the approach, and I think that Darlow's done enough to maintain. We'll come on to some other players that may not have, but for me, Darlow's done enough to keep his place until such a time as there's a big drop off in form. And I think one of the factors that worries me, other people have said totally different, and I respect that everybody's got a different view of things, is Perry's distribution. It really worries me. But somebody told me I was stupid for saying that the other day because Perry's distribution is better than Darlow's, apparently. Now, I don't think Darlow's is amazing, but I thought Perry's, from his feet at least, was appalling. He's magic with his hands, apparently, so to say. I think Darlow's done enough to retain his spot.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Smarty? Are you kind of going the same lines as Gilly?
Yeah. Fark did say today in his presser that obviously we signed Perry whilst he was carrying an injury, and obviously he's finding his feet in a new league, and came up with all sorts of bullshit. But I don't believe that Darlow has done anything wrong to be replaced in the team. I think he's been very, very consistent. I think he's made some great saves, and he's been solid enough, hasn't he? So there's no reason that Perry on the sidelines can't get up to speed and get up to fitness or whatever, and then should the need for him arise, and then he comes into the team. But for me, at the minute, it's Darlow's shirt to lose, which we wouldn't have said at the start of the season.
Yeah, very much. Paul Brennan's in the comments even. Paul, how's it going? Our defence trust Karl Darlow. Do you think is that given Darlow a distinct advantage, having played behind Rodon and in the same kind of defensive structure with Ampadu as well for Wales as well as Leeds over the last couple of months or a couple of weeks? You know what I mean? Is that giving him a distinct advantage, getting more game time with them and understanding them better? And kind of it's a hindrance to Perry perhaps that he's not getting that time on the pitch with them to build that confidence. Like Paul is saying, that defence trust him, but Perry's not getting the game time to try and build that trust. Do you think is it because he's playing with them the whole time, Smarty?
You can kind of put that question towards a couple of players. Biol is another one that we signed as a starter and hasn't started anything yet. That, and it's no detriment to him. It's just opportunity and an unfortunate circumstance that he found himself at the start of the season. But yeah, I think that playing internationally will help, but I don't look too much into it really. I mean, there's only Rodon really playing in front of him, and it's a completely different back four in it. So if you had maybe 2 or 3 of them that were sat in front of you directly, Ampadu, I don't watch enough of Wales or the Welsh football team to say whether Ampadu drops back into the defensive role when he's required or whatever. So I don't know. So I'm just going to go with a no, he doesn't, and we're just going to stick with he just got Rodon playing in front of him. It's not a bad thing. It can't be a bad thing, and it keeps that bond. It keeps that, I suppose, that structure, that independence on each other as well. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, it's like I say. Darlow, I like Rodon, and I like Darlow. I know that. Well, I think I would like to surmise that Rodon did not like Elland Meslier very much. I think a lot of his facial expressions would tell the story quite clearly, as a lot of us have picked up over the last season or whatever. So, I'm sure that Joe Rodon prefers to play in front of Karl Darlow as well.
Yeah, it is. I think it's just building confidence, and like you said, it is Darlow's shirt to lose. Gilly, it's Smarty's just made the point that it is his to lose. Biol on international duty has made quite the impression. It's 2 0-0 draws, but a 7.2 and a 7.4 in both games. He's really kind of, an international duty setting a marker for Fark to potentially have a look, isn't he?
No idea. I've not watched any of the international coverage. I haven't taken any notice of the international football. I hate it. And I've got no idea how any of our players did. I just know that Rodon scored a goal. So, that's pretty much the extent of it. I didn't watch any of the England games because I don't care. I will care when it comes to tournaments, but I'm just so ambivalent to international football. I think that the fact that he's played in 2 games, he's good because he's not had much game time before that. And I think the fact that if you look at Struijk, who has played pretty well over the course of the season so far, kind of ushered Spurs towards our goal in the last game and pretty much scored 2 goals on their behalf. If you look at the deflections, then I think if you're going to see Biol start anytime soon, it's this one.
Do you think, does he come in?
He does for me. I mean, I would change, yeah.
Yeah. Would you make that change, Smarty? Away at Burnley. Would it be a must win in your opinion?
I don't think any game at this point in the season is a must win. Must win games are the games at the end of the season. I mean, I know people say, "Oh, it's a 6-pointer," and blah blah blah. Yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for us to, get the gap larger to where Burnley are. I think they're 3 points behind us at the moment, aren't they? But yeah, I don't think any game at this point of the season is a good win. I think we just need to keep these points ticking over when we can. Ideally, 3 points would be lovely, but 3 points would be lovely against any team at this stage. I just think I don't want to be a hypocrite and say that you shouldn't change a winning team, but it's different in this league because we aren't winning. I don't think that Struijk has done anything massively wrong to be dropped. However, I will always stand by the fact that I don't think that Pascal Struijk's a starter in this league. I don't. I'm not saying that he's done anything wrong. He's been fairly okay, but as I've stated in previous podcasts, I think he's quite well protected in this setup that we've got. We've got the 3 big lads in front of him. He's obviously got Goodmanson, who's very rapid and a really competent player, and you've got Rodon and a good keeper in Darlow behind him as well. You can't really put the Tottenham goals against them, even though they obviously took 2 chuffing deflections, which were very unfortunate. But
wicked deflections,
massive deflections. But for me, he shouldn't be letting any player shoot on the favourite foot, especially when he's dragged him from one side of the pitch to the other and then shot across him. Yeah, it's a deflection, but you should be doing more than that. And I think Biol probably does more than that. It's easy for me to say in hindsight because we've conceded. Is there an opportunity for him to do it? But I just do not think that. I don't think that Farke will drop him. I think it's going to take an injury or some sort of cup appearance or an absolute couple of calamities, which I don't think we're going to get from him. I really don't. And he does have some positives to his game to Stroke. Very little for me, if I'm honest. But he's good at running with the ball. He's quite aggressive when he needs to be, and he's a good passer of the ball as well. I just don't. But like I say, I don't think
he's also dangerous in the box.
He is.
Yeah. He's good. He's a good header. He's a very good header of the ball. That's what I'm saying. There are positives to Stroke. I just think that I think I'd like to see Biol over him. We signed him for a reason. We wouldn't have been looking at players for that position in the frigging summer if we wouldn't have wanted to frigging replace someone. So it's one of them. People will agree, people won't. It's one of them. But Farke won't drop him, so it's going to be him versus Burnley, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'd be honest, I didn't see much. I only saw highlights of any games outside of the Wales or Italy game, or flicking through different games. But by all accounts, hello lads. By all accounts, he's definitely making a
he said hello to your Irish mates in a Yorkshire accent.
Yeah, didn't he? Did. That's what tickled me.
Hello,
lads.
Hello, lads.
Hey, up.
How are you, lads? You all right? But anyway, Gruev played one game, got a 6, didn't play in the next game at all. Do you think is there much there for Gruev this year? Do you think? He hasn't really, he's got minutes here and there, but I think Tanaka's in ahead of him every time, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at at what we've got in midfield, especially the new signings coming in, he's not. I think he's one that if Ampadu's unavailable, he might come in there as that shield in front of defence. He's nowhere near Ampadu's ability, passing, shithousing, whatever it is that you're looking at that Ampadu does well. But he is that kind of foil for the centre backs. He does that quite well. Tanaka does as well, but he's more effective further forward, and Gruev's just not. I don't know if you can remember the first time he played for us, but he played further forward, and you look at him thinking, "What the fuck have we signed here?" He's all right further back, but he's not going to get in front of any of the others. Not at all.
Yeah. And finally, Goodmanson, 2 losses for Sweden, a 7.0 and a 6.8. Look, we know what he's capable of for us when he's playing, in the Leeds shirt. He hasn't given me anything to doubt him as such. He was very unlucky with the Fulham goal. And I think overall, I personally don't think international football really matters when it comes to those kind of scores when he's performing week in, week out for us.
Yeah, I think if you look at the lineup that we've got, and the kind of what we're looking for from the fullbacks, Gudmundsson and Bogle, they're both so important with that overlap and the width that they provide from fullback that they're not going to be dropped unless we have to. I think Gudmundsson starts every game that he's fit for. Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Right. So, just so we don't start chatting too much about Burnley, just a quick one on your England national team, lads. You beat Wales 3-0. Poor old Wales fell apart inside 20 minutes, so there wasn't much they could do about that once that happened. But I saw the celebrations for beating Latvia 5-0 in Riga, and it was, lads, it's you had Tuchel coming out going, "Oh, we're scoring goals," and you had Adrian Durham on the radio going, "This is what we want to see from England. It's Latvia." You know what I mean? Do you think are the commentators and the press right to be getting giddy, or do you think is it a bit premature because it's only Latvia?
You can only beat what's in front of you.
Go to you, Smarty.
Say the same thing. I was just going to say exactly what Gilly said. You can only play who you're playing. Your Scotland fans, your Wales fans, basically, the Ireland fans, and anyone else that doesn't like England. So pretty much everyone else. I'll always say how much easier that England games or England groups are than everyone else's, and blah 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 blah. It's bollocks. You can only play who you're chuffing. That you get in your group or that you get in the knockout phases or whatever. So yeah, like I say, I don't know personally. If I'm honest, Cal, I do not like watching England games. They bore the shit out of me. The only time I will ever really watch them is during tournaments. And again, if like the last 3 tournaments, they've also bored the shit out of me as well under Southgate. I'm hoping that Tommy Tuchel can do something a little bit better. Again, the first few games that I watched the Tuchels, I thought that, this is just as shit as Southgate's. It's just probably more attacking and less defending, but it's still as boring. So I don't really know, mate. To be honest,
I thought the same.
International football for me is really, really poor. I like watching other teams. I like watching Spain. I like watching Argentina and a few other teams. They give me the fizz, but England certainly don't. And to be honest, I'm probably one of a very small minority that hope the other nations do well. Our other home nations like Wales, I'd like to see them do well, and Scotland as well, because I'm not an arsehole. So like most Scottish fans are. Sorry. And Ireland, I'd love to see Ireland make a good go of it as well, both Republic and Northern Ireland. But that's anyone,
but that's probably more annoying for them.
In it by all accounts.
Yeah, but we don't give a shit. It's fucking one of them.
Exactly. It's exactly like Sheffield teams, Barnsley, Doncaster, Rotherham. The way that they all ate Leeds, and Leeds are like, all right, yeah.
I'd like Ireland to do better than probably Karl wants Ireland to do better. Because that's why he's obviously a traitor and he supports Italy.
But. Well, what I was going to say was they actually have themselves back in the hunt now after the... Why can't you just let me finish what I'm fucking saying, Smarty?
Well, I actually wait...
Because you're so far behind.
You start talking as I was talking.
Am I still far behind? Am I? For fun.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a smidge.
Yeah, we're coming in from Belgium. Yeah, we're having a good night.
Yeah.
We'll give you our scores now.
I'm on Mars. Yeah. Anyway, maybe if I sit closer to the mic, it might be, a little bit.
To be fair, you are in time.
Yeah, it is a good job
with the video.
Host, isn't it?
You are in time with the video, but everything that we're saying, you seem to be 2 or 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5, 6 seconds behind us.
It's like the streams I get on for watching games, man. It's about 3 seconds. Oh, you're counting it now.
I don't know, Jeff.
It's been a goal, Jeff.
No, sorry, what?
I don't know.
I
thought he was being substituted, Jeff.
Oh dear.
Anyway, lads, look, thanks for that. We'll get off international football.
Sorry
now
for that really disappointing part of the show, everyone. If I'd known that you were going to start talking about internationals, I'd have gone, one of them.
Well, it was more about the players that we have that were out. Like just
that's fair.
Something,
that's fair.
Looks like.
To be fair, he's got 20 minutes out of a subject where neither of us have watched any of it.
There you go.
But to be fair, two minutes, Carl's still waiting to hear.
Farming content out of Carl.
Man, I even went to the trouble of prepping shit tonight.
Did you? So you've had 2 days to do it, haven't you?
I fucking did. Look.
Jays awarded you a response. This is your scoring for it. 0 points.
0 points. Well,
yeah, we're supposed to be in on Tuesday, but because Carl's a dipstick,
that's how far Carl is behind.
That's how far he's behind. He is. 2 days ago, we should have done this.
What do you mean? Today is Tuesday, you fuckers.
Fucking in your time zone, I suppose it is. Yeah, you're right. I'm not late. I'm like a wizard.
I'm not late.
A wizard is never late.
I'm perfectly on time.
Realize precisely when he means to.
Should we talk about some football? Should we talk about Leeds a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about some football. I just want to have a quick chat before we go on to shit take of the week. There's talk. An article came out today about Harry Gray not signing just yet, and Fark kind of quashed it today with a. Yeah, you're not wrong, Clem Fandango. Quashed it today by saying he's injured, so they don't want to announce anything. So he said there might be good news, which is a good thing. Just a quick one there, So
I've seen a lot of people losing their minds over the black profile picture that he's put on, that he's screened himself out, and he's not got any write up to or anything mentions Leeds United in any of his socials and stuff like that. Jay were losing his tiny little mind in our chat this afternoon. Oh, he's going to leave us. He's going to fuck us off like Archie. I was just like, well, you don't know, do you? If he does, or if he's been very ill-advised by his family or his agents or whoever's playing them sort of silly games, then someone needs to have a word. Because it's not good for the team, for the fan base, for the club, for everyone involved, and for him, obviously. But if it's we don't know why he's done it, so it could be something and nothing, couldn't it? So, you say that now. You say that now, don't you? Yeah. I'm going to start screenshotting. I'm going to screenshot in the frigging chat. I'm not worried. We'll see, Jay. Screenshot the chats and we'll put them up, shall we? Go on, back over to you, Carl. 10-4. Over.
He's still waiting for it to come through.
I'm still talking about Jay, probably. Are you ready, Carl?
Oh, his audio's gone again.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly.
Right, I tell you what, while Carl has a look at that, bear in mind I have lining myself up big time here because I've got absolutely no idea what's been lined up here, but why don't we do a bit?
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
Fortunately, somebody had the foresight to actually load some stuff in the brand. It absolutely wasn't me, and I'm not taking the credit for it, but just while Carl sorts himself out.
It was the Mighty J. The Mighty J, because we've got everyone who's watching us, all 30 plus of you, we've got a new outro because there's been a public outcry to get rid of the dreaded sax So we've got rid of the sacks, much to Luke's disappointment, because he loves his little sacks.
But I've hated it for fucking years.
The rest of us fucking hate it. So we sacked it off, and Jay took it upon himself to create a little jingle. It's actually him singing and stuff, so apologies. It's not a cat that's been drowned. But you'll have to stick around to the end of the show to watch it. So whilst he was doing that, I said, get the old shit take snapped in, because Karl will leave it until about 34 minutes past 8 to do. Because he's bloody...
Anybody got any shit takes?
Bloody hell, I've left it too late, lads. In an Irish accent, obviously. So
you can do an Irish accent, though. It's me that can't do accent.
Well, I can do a really poor attempt at an Irish accent.
Anyway, let's crack on, because we've had Bren on. So we'll have a look at the first one. Are you all right to do what Luke would call a poll?
I don't even know how to do a poll. I don't have said linkage, etc.
Pal. Do a poll, pal.
Savvy. Do a bloody poll.
Jay's in comments. Maybe you can do one, and if not, I'll work it out afterwards. I can't fucking read that.
Sorry, I'll do it. My eyes are a bit younger than yours.
Go for
Michael
it.
Gott says Carl's being entered into the upcoming Content Creators Award, Silent Creator of the Year. Excellent. The Leeds Bros are saying, love it when you rip it out of Karl. Absolutely. Wait until he comes back, and he still can't. He's an absolute disaster. He's got to a point where Jay has found an old laptop somewhere in his house that he's having to give Karl another laptop. Oh, hold on. Now then.
Hold up.
Karl's,
Wait a minute.
Karl may be back. He may not be back. He could still be in 1990. Are you there, Karl?
No.
Here.
Try again.
Here.
Hello?
Try again.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Is he here?
We can't see him.
I'm going to have to get closer to my screen, because even my eyes...
Well, I've put it on my big screen now, so I can do it, so I can see it now, because it's not on my tiny little laptop screen. The Leeds Press said, Patrick Bamford struggles to find a new club approving Daniel Farke right. And they've shared an image of Farke giving Bamford a cuddle with the headline, Daniel Farke got this Patrick Bamford decision spot on. Lee H has said, Bamford is better than DCL. Fact. Leeds scum, not true at all. DCL is just a better version of Bamford. Lee says, DCL couldn't hit a 5-story building and will not make double figures. Absolutely no way he's as good as Bamf. Jay says, crikey, shit take-off week. I'm assuming that he's calling out the person saying that DCL's better than Bamford as a shit take, because DCL's finishing has been abhorrent so far. So he's got to prove himself. But I don't think that's what Jay were calling out. I think the Lee comment about him couldn't hit a 5-story building is one he's calling out.
Well, maybe Jay, who's currently cooking a chicken curry, can you advise, Jay? Can you clear this up? Are you calling out the DCL couldn't hit a 5-story building, which is absolutely 1,000,000% true? Or
it is.
It
really
the
is.
fact that Bamford is better than Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Because that's not true. Because they're both absolutely woeful at finishing, even though Bamford did have his sparkling year in the Premier League in the 21-20. What did 2021-20?
Well, it was the first season back in Premier League.
First season back in Prem. He had a belting season, but the rest of it isn't worth a wank. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin couldn't hit a 5-story building.
Let's remember, he is younger.
Oh, here he says, sorry, Jay's in the comments. Hopefully he hasn't burnt his chicken. Is it one of his chickens, do you think, that he's killed? Has he killed one of his chickens?
Has he finally plucked up the courage to take out that one that's been bullying him for years?
Bingo, innit? I called out Bamford better than DCL. Yeah, I thought so.
I think that's true.
That is a
no, Bamford at his best is better than DCL is now. It's just that Bamford hadn't been at his best for 4 years.
It was a very, very small window.
But it depends which Bamford you're talking about. But, I think if DCL, I held my hands up on Twitter. I did a climb down. I said, I owe you an apology, DCL. I was not familiar with your game, because he's so much more than I thought he was. I thought he was going to come on and punt around and run about a little bit and miss some chances. He's an athlete, and how good he is in the air is just blown me away. He's amazing in the air. And we need to get people in and around him. But I don't think he hits double figures this season. So I agree with that bit. There is a bit of agreement there.
I agree with the fact that he can't hit a 5-story building, that he will not get double figures. Absolutely 100% agree with that. However, personally, I do believe that he's better than Bamford. I'm pretty much, most people probably would align.
You always hated Bamford, though.
No, I didn't always hate him. I just thought
like Cooper.
for that teeny tiny bit of it showed the glimpse of what he could actually do. But when it matters, or when it's mattered since, he's been an absolute ghost. He's been non-existent. He's one of the reasons why we ended up getting relegated in the relegated in the first place, because he couldn't finish a fucking wank.
Yeah, I mean, I don't put that on him. I think we needed to replace him.
The fact that we were massively defensively frail as well, obviously, but
well,
if he could score,
not just that,
it would have helped a smidge.
We absolutely 100% needed to replace him and never did. That's not his fault. But yeah, so I take all the points there. I think he always needed to get up to speed, and his fitness never allowed him to. So he never showed that again. So anyway, that's one shit take. So move on to the next one.
Can we just see Karl's face for a second? Is he there?
Oh, to be sure.
You look happy as ever, Karl. It's wonderful to see you.
But your audio's gone again.
You can pop that back up.
Stoop Tiger says, why the actual fuck is DCL all of a sudden been talked up for FPL? I swear to fuck, do these content creators do not actually watch any football? I'm a Leeds fan and I've watched every minute he's played and he's fucking dog shit. I mean, that is some take.
Not a fan of grammar.
Not a fan of grammar. Not like Rooney's a fan of grammars. But I think that's. I don't think we need to comment on anything to do with that. I think what DCL's offered us so far has been quite nothing short of remarkable, and I think he's been really good. We need to get players in and around him that'll feed off him, because he's going to win balls in the air, and I think he's better than I ever gave him credit for.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'd absolutely written him off when he signed. I was like, fucking hell, that's underwhelming.
Yeah, that's what you get for no.
Well, exactly. This is what you get for no. But obviously, that was under the proviso that we were looking at other options, Muniz, etc. And then obviously at the start of the season, I should say at the end of the transfer window, when it appeared that we weren't getting anyone else, and it was going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin leading the line, I went, oh fuck. Yeah. However, I think he's surprised a lot of people. I think his game is very good. I've never seen, or not for a very, very long time, seen a player be able to dominate the air like that. And the way that he brings the ball down and stuff like that, he's absolutely class. So I really knock him. My only disappointment at the minute is the fact that we do have some good options on the left-hand side. The right options, obviously, pretty much at the minute being Brendan Aronson as an attacking threat, is a bit vanilla. It's not good. And I think if we'd ever had I'm obviously going to throw in the name Harry Wilson-esque player, or someone that's got a little bit about him, then I think we'd have been in a better position. But it is what it is. We're doing all right, aren't we? We might. Miracles can happen. We may even sign another striker during the transfer window, or it might be enough this season to obviously save some pennies. And get some decent in the next season should we survive the drop. But yeah, I think we're all right for now. We just need to get everyone else involved. And to be fair, the way Joe Rodon's smashing chuffing headers in, we only need to get set pieces.
Yeah, we've got proper quality on set pieces now as well. Last season it was Rothwell or no one. And this season we've got multiple options about who's gonna cross a ball or who's gonna take a free kick, and I think that's a big deal as well, because they can all strike the ball in different ways as well. So who's gonna take it is different too. That's the look of concentration, isn't it?
Is he the? I don't know what he's doing.
Well, he's muted now anyway, so we definitely can't hear him. I want to get this done so we can move on. The next one is oh shit, this guy fucking hates me. 23 Liam LUFC says a player I'll always miss, and this is about Jorginho Rutter.
All right, okay.
And then you sick bastard, who's definitely featured on here before, said me literally 2 days ago, quoting himself and showing a picture of him saying, easily my fave player we've had from recent years. And Liam responded back to that with, he's in the Rafinha bracket for me. Just absolutely loved him. Now, I have done my climb downs over Ruter, and I did want to keep him. I did appreciate him as a player. In the Championship, he was shit for us in the Premier League, and doing it in the Championship is very, very different to doing it in the Premier League. Now he's playing all right for Brighton, but you cannot compare him to somebody that's genuinely should have won the Ballon d'Or this season, and he's playing for Barcelona, and he's quite easily their best player.
And had so many options when they were looking at leaving Leeds. He had clubs fighting for him. He's one of that. I mean, the Rutter season when we bought him in that January transfer window, the end of that season was just an absolute shambles. So I'm not going to base his Premier League experience on that because it's just non-existent on it, really. Let's be honest. Championship football absolutely ripped it up. Now I do like Rutter. I think a lot of people do. You know, it's an easy one to say, innit? But he was absolutely fantastic in the Championship. He was an absolute joy to watch. He's still doing a similar sort of things in the Premier League, but it's not on that sort of level. But I can see why some people might say that. You know, some of them might just be generally new fans, and I don't have a right lot to go on. How many times have we come across people on Twitter? It's like, how long have you actually been a Leeds fan, or how long have you been around? Do you know what I mean? Because
you're not meant to be on social media yet. You've got to be 17 before you go on Twitter.
Or they might have been really, really young. You know, in obviously when we're in League One and and everything, and they haven't seen any sort of this stuff before. So sometimes you've got to kind of sympathise with them a little bit. Yeah. Putting Jorginho, Rutter in the same bracket as Rafinha, definitely not. But a very, very joyful player to watch. And I've got a lot of good memories, but I'll still call him a wanker and give him fees when he comes to Elland Road for Brighton.
But you just not even the previous season where it was miraculous, especially after Barca fans treated him so badly. But Rafinha's record has been absolutely incredible. But even this season, he's on 5 goals, assists, 3 goals, 2 assists, or other way around.
Smashing it, absolutely smashing it.
Rutter's got 1 assist in the same number of appearances. Yeah, no goals. So you cannot compare the two. That's ludicrous. And just the last shit take is Ramazani proving Farke right and the Leeds fans wrong is the Leeds Press headline. Daniel Farke looks like a genius as Leeds United loanee struggles. Dominic Champions League says, and yet he still has more goals and assists than James, Nonto, Harrison, Aronson, and Pirro combined. I'm getting a lot of feedback from you there, Carl. I'm just going to mute you while I'm talking. Torso says, we'd take this. The whole argument was he was our best winger, etc., and he should be playing. 6 games later, he's played a grand total of 89 minutes. The whole thing was Farke made a mistake letting him go, but he's hardly ripped it up since leaving as suggested. Ramazani may not be better than Valencia's wingers, but he's still better than ours, bar Okafor.
Who plays in his position?
Yeah. I don't think he is better than Okafor. I think Okafor has
certainly not.
Has played pretty well to say that he's coming into a new country, new league. You know, sometimes it takes place. Even the best take time to settle at this point. Henry might be the best forward the Premier League has ever seen.
What's he doing? Is he just getting upshot at Carl's nostrils then?
Yeah, we'll be there in a sec. But Henry might be the best forward the Premier League has ever seen, and it took him over a season to get anywhere near that level. So, with very few matches and appearances in to judge Okafor. But, the others, well, we didn't see any of Ramazani in the Premier League. So how do you say, Harrison's regularly played in the Premier League. Dan James has played in the Premier League and the Champions League. Ramazani, we haven't seen at that sort of level. So I think it's ludicrous to even try to correlate.
There were too many rumours around Ramazani's attitude, etc., to not go unnoticed or to ignore them totally. And the fact that he didn't break or nudge any of the other wingers out in the Championship kind of just says, well, he's not better than Dan James. Dan James is absolutely fantastic in the Championship. Nonto was great in the Championship. Mano Solomon was our best player pretty much in the Championship, which people will absolutely hate me for saying, but it's true. He was not better than any of those players. Jack Harrison obviously is he's an half decent player. Is Harrison? He's played at in that sort of level at that and got lots of Premier League experience now, which Ramazani does not have. He's played consistently for Everton. He played consistently for us when we were up there. He's got 5 years worth of Premier League experience, and he's still getting picked. He does the hard yards. He puts the graft in. He puts the shift in. Can you honestly say that Ramazani would do the same? We don't know, obviously. But from previous experience and based on what he will like in the Championship, I would hazard a guess at no. And that's why the manager just gone, I'll tell you what, have a little bit of time out, go and get yourself some experience over in La Liga, which he's got 89 minutes worth already, mint, and see what happens. But his attitude fucking stinks, just like Matteo Joseph. People were crying for Matteo Joseph to start, and he couldn't finish a wank either. So, what are you going to do? You're all right, Carl.
Absolutely.
Do we have Carl? Is he back? Hello?
I don't know. Can you hear me? Like,
Yes.
you can hear me.
can.
All right, sound.
Gilly's removed himself.
Why's Gilly removed himself?
It's like blind date.
What's he done?
Who's
I know,
behind
yeah.
door number 3?
It's like I've done something to Gilly, so I've had
What's he
to.
done? I don't know what he's
I don't
done.
know.
He's just left.
I
He's
bet
left
his
me with
laptop
Carl on my own.
has died. Well, like, I'll be honest, right? I'm basically back to the old school, man. I've got a
Have you
tablet.
sellotaped your phone to the wall?
No, it's not. It's resting against something.
All right.
So it's like I tell you what though, it's definitely the laptop because the internet seems to be all right on this yoke.
Well,
So
Jay's offered you his services, and he's going to donate one to the cause.
Whoa. Let me just clear something up. He's offered services in a laptop, and he's not taking one for the team. He's just giving me a laptop. All right, Smarty.
Yes. He's not.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
By services, we mean from a tech point of view, and not to be handed off to Carl whilst he's on a stag do or something like that.
Oh, that's harsh, man. Oh, you get it there.
You see many people like Jay getting handcuffed to stags and stuff.
Yeah, you do indeed. Yeah.
They're usually dressed up as Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, I just want to
Where did you go?
apologise for that, lads. The whole shit show was just mental. Sorry about that. No.
Well, he left as well. What's going on, Gilly? Do you not want to be here?
I had to go check something out. I'm fine now.
All right, okay. That's good. I needed a wee. I just let out an absolute monster fart and couldn't mute himself.
No, I'd have just muted for that, wouldn't I? No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, but we'd have been able to tell because you'd gone like that.
No, genuinely, I've got an app that tells me where my son is, and it alerts me when he leaves the house. And I got an alert saying he'd gone, but he's downstairs.
All right, okay. That's what you think. He's throwing his phone out first, and he's just going to climb out when you go back upstairs. See ya, loser.
Oh man! So I did.
Carl, do you want to get control of this thing again? Shall I put you back in the hot seat?
No, I don't. No, don't put me back in any hot seat, man. It's no fucking point. Like I could be gone in 5 minutes. The way things are
And the
going,
audio's
like
terrible, by the way, but never mind.
Well, sure. Yes. I don't know. I've done my best here. Like, you know what I mean?
He's a survivor. This Carl.
Got back on.
Laptops are throwing everything they've got at him. Fuck off, Carl. We don't want you on the chuffing podcast. And he's like, no, I'll fucking keep going, lad.
Man, I've taped together a load of things here, and I've just gone, yeah, fuck it, that'll do. And I'm back on, so it doesn't matter. Who cares?
And do you know how to do a poll?
No, I haven't a clue how to do a poll.
Right.
You're going to ask me to do a poll. Have you seen the state of my IT so far tonight? There isn't a chance in hell.
Jesus.
Man, I'd have to research that and then throw the laptop out the window.
Straight. Never mind doing a poll.
They're fucking straight, man. What are you talking about?
Man.
That's a nibble. I'm having that. Richard Hogan says, Gil, did you pee yourself again?
On.
Pee on yourself? Sorry.
I think he just meant a little bit of splash rather than...
What him and Gail gets up to in his private life, he'll never divulge. Yeah. Bit of piss.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Sorry, if you're listening.
Oh, she is. You'll be fine.
Shit, great. I'll be getting a clip around the logo next time she sees me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Anyway,
so you did shit take of the week there, lads. Well done. Thanks a million for covering there and making sure that the whole shit show didn't fall apart without me. So we get into the Burnley chat. Yeah, that is true too, actually. Burnley chat. Willie still sidelined. Has the calf problems cleared up, but now he's had a minor hernia operation, according to Fark. But Dan James is in contention to be on the bench. That's a bit of a bonus, don't you think, Smarty?
It is a bonus. I like Dan James. I like him a lot. It was a shame that he got injured towards the end of the last season, and he's kind of struggled to pick up his form since, which is why we've seen old Told Brendy on the right wing. But yeah, I think, like I said before, I think we'll see Brendan Aronson starting on the right wing. And then luckily, hopefully, in the 65/70th minute, we'll see Dan James busting his gut and doing some mint runs.
No, don't say busting his gut after what happened to his groin in last appearance.
Well, his gut's better than his calf or his chuffing dick bone.
Yeah, whatever's broken on him this time.
To injure, yeah. Don't injure your dick bone, lads. By the way.
Yeah. Just on that, Smarty, you said you'd like to see Dan James come on maybe 65, 70 minutes, but do you think does he come on before Harrison?
Because Farke likes to not do early substitutions unless absolutely necessary, we won't see him till 65/70.
Do you not think Harrison has a stake to claim a little bit? No.
Oh yeah, big time. He starts over Aronson if I'm picking the team.
Yes,
but then Aronson's not in the squad if I'm picking the team.
Yeah, that's so. I knew what you'd say, so I was aiming that more at Smarty. Like,
I would start my grandma over Brendan Aronson. How clear or more clear would you like me to be?
Now you understand after the breakdown afterwards just how it was that I appeared to fall off my chair when you were mentioning the word class and a player.
Yes. Yeah. No, do you know what, Ray? As I've said before. I don't hate Brendan Aronson. I think he serves a function well. He does the running. He does whatever he gets told to do by Daniel Farke. He's a good squad player. He's good to sort of have that energy, etc., etc. Would I want him in the starting 11 of our Premier League leads? Absolutely not. I would pick many others probably ahead of him. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as Farke keeps picking him and he does a job and he seems to be contributing rather well, then it's fine. When we're playing teams like Tottenham and etc., where we're going to be under the cosh, having that sort of energy and that sort of hurrying sort of presence in the middle of the park is a good option. It's something good to have. When we should really be looking at playing the way we used to play, maybe sort of Everton at the start of the season and the way we used to play last season, I think we need to be a bit more attacking, and I don't think we're going to get that with Brendan Aronson because he just does not do well with the ball at his feet running forward. I think he's very limited going forward.
Yeah, I think especially in games like this one against Burnley, and I don't mean any disrespect to Burnley or anything like that, but they'll be looking at us as teams they should be beaten and vice versa. I think we should be kind of playing a more attacking-minded winger rather than a defensive one. So do you think would that maybe bring Harrison into the frame over Aronson? Because it's a game like we're going to be on the attack, and like Smarty said there, his ability to track back and make himself a nuisance when we're defending the ball is great. But going forward, he's lacking in it. And we've mentioned here before that Harrison has the Premier League experience. And do you think is this a time to maybe bring him in, Gilly? Like take the fact that you hate Aronson out of it, and kind of come from that perspective.
I think Harrison's looked really sharp when he's come on. I think he's been limited in game time, admittedly, but I think the important aspect around his fitness, he's a player that keeps himself fit. I think he's looked pretty sharp. We've seen him play on the right before, and that's my misgiving when it comes to Harrison. He's not really played well there. But I think he offers the energy Aronson does. It's just less like a puppy chasing a balloon. And the point I was making in our group chat earlier when I thought that Smarty had called Aronson class, he hadn't, by the way. I'm not throwing him under the bus there. He had not done that, but I thought for a moment that he had. I think just being in that position where Harrison is in a position where he's played quite well, he's looked quite sharp. I think he offers that much more on the ball, that when you're playing against Burnley, you're playing against West Ham, you might be playing against he's gone again. You might be playing against other sides that kind of we expect to be in and around us. I think that's the element that is really of importance in the run up to this Burnley game is we want to go there and we want to really impress ourselves on this game. You know, we're not playing against a side that's had Champions League squad money to be able to buy umpteen players. You know, we outplayed Spurs, I think. We outplayed Spurs. And if you look at all, I'm not all about the stats. I think there's a lot to be said for the eye test as well. But every single stat, bar red cards number, was in our favour against Spurs. And the red cards was even. So, just being... Sorry, Karl, I don't know if you dropped off because your audio went, but I muted you because there's loads of feedback I'm getting while I'm talking. So I was just muting you. Now we're going to unmute you when I finish talking.
We can hear what you're listening to. I think we're getting feedback from your ears.
I think that there's that aspect really is we need to impress ourselves on this game, and we need to carry impetus more in this than we do against Spurs and we do against Man City, against Liverpool, even against Newcastle. You know, those clubs that we know are going to dominate a lot of the ball. You have to have that energy, and sometimes that puppy chasing a balloon is of value in that sort of position. But not against Burnley, not against West Ham. Those are the sides that we want to be beating, and I think we need more on the ball than Arrington offers us.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, I would be very much in the...
His audio's gone again.
Oh no, now you're back. You know.
Am I back now again, am I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, we go with that then and just fucking see what happens. It's
I've
also...
taught myself how to do a poll, by the way, so there will be a poll live in a couple of minutes.
There's a poll.
Oh, nice. Sweet. You've... Oh, nice one. So yeah, Okafor has late test on his adductor, according to Fark. So that just throws up another, pair in front of us that we need to kind of overcome if he doesn't start. So that throws the starting 11 completely out the window then. And
he said what? He's tore an adductor.
He's got a strain in an adductor.
Oh, all right, okay. Not an abductor.
Not an abductor, no, an adductor. So it kind of throws the striking formation into a bit of a shit show again, doesn't it?
Just a smidge. I think it will be a sad day if we're looking at a starting Leeds 11 of Harrison on the left and Aronson on the right. I think I might cry. Just a smidge.
We really need Okafor back. We really need him available.
Yeah.
Of all the times, if Dan James is back in the squad, of all the times you need Okafor, it's now. Because actually, if you've got Harrison and James, you're carrying some threat. If you've got Okafor and James, Okafor and Harrison, you're carrying some threat. Harrison and Aronson. I mean, of all of the nightmares I didn't want to face this season, it's them two fuckers stood over a corner hiding the fucking
don't
words.
Do it. Don't do it. I'm fucking PTSD with that shit. Fucking hell.
That's not something that any of us, I think, are prepared for, if we're being perfectly honest, is it?
Casually
you know what I mean?
hitting it to the first man. Not even making it past the first man. Oh, God.
I guarantee you, they're standing there saying, you beat the first man last time, so you go this time, and I'll try it next time, and we'll see how we get on. And sure, they're not going to take us off anyway. They've got nothing else.
None of us are going to look shitter than other.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that in mind, starting 11, there's been nothing about any of the back four that kind of worrying me. We've come to the conclusion that Darlow is actually going to be the one starting. I want to go into midfield. So I think Amps and Longstaff have fairly cemented their partnership there now at this stage in the day. I mentioned it, I think, on one of the pods a while back. I probably was about 10 years behind at the time. But is it time to maybe freshen up, just to bring Stack out a little bit? He's kind of... There's been a couple of games where he's not been up to what we're kind of expecting from him. Do you think it's a time to maybe bring in Tanaka and give him a good 65, 70 minutes and then replace him with Stack, perhaps? I go to you, Gilly, first.
I'm saying no on that. And the reason for that is I think Stack, Ampadu and Longstaff together have worked well as a unit. So I think you are right to a certain extent that Stack hasn't been quite as good as he was very early in the season. But they're all going to have the bits of peaks and troughs early on. So I think that while they're playing well and they're learning each other's game, that those minutes are important. I've got no issue with Tanaka coming on with half an hour to go. I rate him. I think he's a good player, and I think he can come on and do that. But for me, the defensive solidity and capability on the ball that we've had has been really important to our game. So I would be keeping that as static as we can for now. Obviously, making changes during the game as appropriate, and obviously, if anybody's got any kind of twinge or whatever else, then you can bring Tanaka in, and he can play in the place of any of those three. I think we lose more from Ampadu coming out than anybody else. I think because of the level of shithousery, not just his capability as a footballer and his leadership. We lose a lot there. But I have no issue with Tanaka coming in for any of those three. If any of those three had a bit of a niggle or there were a little bit of a concern over him. But for me, I would be starting Longstaff, Ampadu, and Stat together.
Yeah, I think it was just something that I thought about because it's going to be playing on the minds of a lot of people. What's this now?
Jay, OKBJ's in the comments and he has said that the feedback makes it sound like Gilly has swallowed a kazoo.
He does sound like that to me. That's why I've been muting him while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's where we're at, like. We'll get
Carl
there.
the Vuvuzela. Pardon you.
Right, so, Smarty, what do you think? Do you think he's going to leave? Just out of curiosity, would you like to see it freshened up, perhaps?
I would never say no to Tanaka, but I just don't see it happening. You know, that those three boys are really, really doing bits in the middle of the park. You know, they're solid. You know, I just, as much as I do love Tanaka, and as much as I do see the case for starting him potentially over, well, I would say Longstaff or Stack personally. For me, you don't take Ampadu out of the team full stop, regardless of what happens, unless he's injured. So he's the first name on the team sheet for me, regardless of what happens. I can see why people might want it. But the thing with like Tanaka is that he's very good at breaking up play, and time seems to stop whenever Tanaka has the ball. It's totally different in this league. I'm not saying that obviously, you know, playing another promoted team is going to make any difference or whatever, but I think the options that he had were better in the Championship than what he's got now. His outballs are going to be either coming backwards, which is not what we want to be doing against Burnley, or he's got potentially Jack Harrison or Brendan Aronson on the wings. Are you really want to have that sort of player in there feeding the ball to them constantly? Or are you going to want someone like Stark who is pretty happy to go forward and fucking welly one himself? For me personally, depending on who's available on the wings, I'd probably keep Stack. As much as I love Tanaka, I just think he's more of a technical player and likes to thread these balls in. He's better. I don't know. I wouldn't be disappointed either way, but I don't see it happening. And Tanaka, as we've seen a few times when he's appeared from the bench or whatever, he's been a little bit off the pace of the Premier League, and I think it might catch him out, whereas Stack, granted, he's also had a couple of dodgy games or whatever, but I think he's more accustomed, a bit more acclimatised to this level of football than Ampadu, than Tanaka at the minute. But like I said, I won't be disappointed if he included him in the first 11.
Yeah, it's difficult with Tanaka because we know he's got the ability, plus the intelligence to be able to get up to speed, but I think it's getting that game time that he's missing to be able to kind of push him on to the level where Stack is currently at. So I think it's going to be an interesting one. There was talk during the week of it's from probably a pure clickbait site, but of the potential of
is it the
Pirou
Leeds Press by any chance? Because it's literally all clickbait shit that.
Yeah,
I blocked them personally because it's just shite that they keep coming out with. I'm sure it's just engagement.
Yeah, talking about Pirou, like, you know, and I was like, there's no way we're going to let Pirou go with two other strikers that A, are prone to serious injury, and B, aren't scoring, so you need options on the bench. So they're just making up stories now, I think, to fill airtime at this stage. Like, Gilly, how did the poll go there? Have we any kind of result there, or what's the crack?
Let's come back to. We've not had enough responses yet. Let's come back to it.
Okay.
Everyone get the poll. Go for your favourite take of the week.
Yeah,
Mr. Hogan, Richard Hogan's in the comments, and he's asked quite a good question, actually. I've just unstarted it by accident. He says, thoughts on starting Justin at right back and pushing Bogle forward and leaving Brendan Aronson out? Gilly, we all know your answer. So, Smarty, what do you think? Obviously, I think Richard's... don't think that you're going to be here for 2 minutes, Karl, so that's probably why he's not asked you to get a comment on it just yet.
Totally fine, I get it, Richard.
We'll get you in a minute. I'm all for it, me. And we've previously said that, is it an option, and people have poo-pooed it and blah, 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 blah. But I would think that Bogle on the right wing would be a fantastic option. I really do. I'm not too... I haven't made my mind up at Justin. I think it would be a bit of a waste of money spending that much on a backup right back. I would probably rather see Byram in there. Granted, he's old now. He's over the hill, isn't he, Karl? Because he's at least 30. But I think that's a great option, Richard. I really do. I'd be all for it. If we saw that Bogle were lining up on the right wing, I'd be like, this kid can do it. He's got the ability to get forward, to get round left backs and stuff like that, and drive forward. He's got the skills. He's got all the experience that you want. He's probably just behind. Well, I like Longstaff as well, but Ampadu's my favourite player. But Bogle is right up there. I do love Bogle. I think he's a cracking player. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think that's a great option. Karl, what do you think quickly before you go?
Yeah, thing is as well, what happens is Bogle used to try... I'm just trying to get it all out as quickly as possible.
1 times 5 speed.
Yeah. Like, people probably don't remember it all because it was quite rare, but he actually started as a right winger, Bogle. He kind of evolved into a fullback, which at the same time has probably benefited him really well, because as a winger you tend to be able to get back, defend and get up and down the wings, but as the fullback he's proven that he's definitely worth his spot over the last season and a bit. And I think our back line and attack isn't the same when he's not in the team, and that's no slight to anyone else or anything like that, but I think he just, like Smarty said, he adds something where he doesn't look like he's going to go around a player and all of a sudden he's in the 18-yard box. You know what I mean? Now, whether he clumsily gets his way through or whatever the case may be, but he's not afraid to take the man on. And I think that's something, if he's not in the team, you definitely lose. But you also, to a certain extent, get it with Byram. He likes to get forward, but every time he gets forward...
He likes to get his crosses in, does Byram, doesn't
he? Yeah, but if he's playing on the left-hand side, then 9 times, maybe 8 times out of 10, he stops the run because he has to come back onto his right foot to try and get the cross in, so it kills the momentum a bit. But you're right, he does like to get the crosses in, and sometimes I think with the players that we have on the pitch now at the moment, having Byram covering at right back perhaps isn't the worst option, because he does like to get an early ball in the box, and with Calvert-Lewin in there, you never know what happened, because we saw what happened when Bogle got the ball in against Wolves. So it's one of those, like, I wouldn't be opposed to him being on the right wing and someone in behind him covering. Like, no, not at all. I think it'd be a great idea.
Thank you, Richard, for your insightful question. More like that, please. Not like this dipstick who says, give us a like, please, so more people have this inflicted on them. It's not very nice, is it, Jay?
Thanks, Jay.
Don't suffer alone, he says.
Misery loves misery, lads, huh?
Come on, Karl, what else have you got lined up for us?
I was going to say that's essentially it, apart from the poll. And have we got anything from Andy's Man Club at all, lads?
Right, so just before we get into that, there's just a couple of things. So, those eagle-eyed viewers among you might have... I'm just going to put Karl on mute again, so that I don't have to listen to the kazoo. The eagle-eyed viewers among you might have noted the apparel that Smarty and I are flaunting this evening. In fact, my hat looks a little bit like it. No, my hat's a Stone Roses hat. So I'm smarting. I'm sporting a hoodie, and Smarty is sporting a t-shirt, and he's got one behind him as well. And you can see One of many. You can see that we now have a range of apparel, and here is a logo that gives an indication as to where that's from. And we've got a little bit other side. Oh, pointing it actually on my screen. Is it over there for you?
Yeah.
Is it?
Have you got it mirrored? That'd be why.
We've got a little bit of a video. So, some knobhead did a voiceover. Have you ever wanted to wear your questionable football opinions? Now you can. OKB has teamed up with Back4 to make some merch. Start small with an embroidered patch. Stick it anywhere. No, not there. Then there's t-shirts. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. All guaranteed to make your mate say, "You paid money for that." Mugs. No, not Jane Carl. Actual mugs. For your brew. For your tears. For both. Hoodies. Same deal. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. Ideal for pretending you're fine after getting battered off an ESL team. And snapbacks, because nothing says midlife crisis like flat-brimmed confidence. Or no better merch. Available now at the Back4 shop. Go on, treat yourself. Or don't. You'll undergrade it later.
We had to change some of the scripture to that, didn't we, Matthew?
We did.
Because you were slightly offensive to the people that wear snapbacks, weren't you, Matthew? So I made you change it.
You did. No,
naughty word.
To be fair, you requested that I change it, and I didn't argue it. I thought it was just the right thing to do.
But yes, as he's already said, that we've had for quite some time now. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, what you guys doing? Doing some merch or whatever." We've been like, "No one wants to wear our shit. Why the hell would we inflict more pain? The fact that they already watch us is enough. Probably wearing our stuff is a completely different thing." But I'm sure we'll send. I'm sure that we'll only send 2, 3, 4 of these things. Probably most of us have already bought them anyway. But like I say, if you want a little bit of merch or whatever, we'll post the Back4 link or whatever. We've got a referral link and stuff. We've got a couple of other bits and pieces coming. There's a specific Berardi and Coke t-shirt coming out at some point and stuff. But there is some embroidered t-shirts as well. We just do embroidered patch on stuff. So yeah, watch your space. If you fancy looking a bit of a twat this Christmas, get your lass to order yourself an Orta No Better t-shirt, or a hat, or a patch, or a hoodie, or be a mug like Cal.
Yeah.
I'll post a link on the YouTube and the Twitter and stuff.
Come on,
about the
Smarty.
plastic wristbands, Michael said.
What plastic wristbands? Have we got them?
Maybe the I've still got an Andy's Man Club and a cancer research one. Maybe he's on about them.
Right.
Maybe we could do some of that in the future, but I expect we'll only sell about 2 or 3 of these anyway. So
should that be grand?
To ourselves.
It's better than no, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely. So you said to come back about that, Gilly, and I'll try and get the AMC thing from the group chat.
I've got it. Don't worry. I'll just pick it up from here. So I'm going to put you on mute. So we have some results from our poll, as Luke calls it. The people have spoken, and we do have a very, very conclusive winner. As expected, the people agree that Bamford is better than DCL, because Bamford being better than DCL is a shit take. Only got 6% of the vote. DCL won't get double figures. It came in at 17%. Farker got Rama wrong. Came in at 22%. And Rutter equals Rafinha came in at a mammoth 56%, which I think is probably one of the most decisive poll results we've ever had. That it's got more than double any other answer. So, that's quite... In fact, it's got more than all of the other answers combined, because it's at 56%, so the others are at 44. Quick maths. Man's not hot. So we can go straight from there. So one thing that I will say is, everybody that has seen us before, that's watched us in the past couple of years and so on, knows that we are, that we are linked with Andy's Man Club. I have not snipped the video from the last one yet, which is my fault, and I promised that I would and didn't, so I will get that done. And I'm not aware that we've had any audio through for this one, so I will be working with Lee Fryer, our liaison for Andy's Man Club, with that. But having said that, the usual spiel. If you're going through a storm, I've recently been through one, and you're a man over 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you. With venues in Horsforth, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and Morley, open 7pm to 9pm every Monday barring bank holidays. They run weekly and monthly social events with the aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of the venues and everything they're doing is at Andy's Man Club Leeds Facebook, so give them a follow and help spread the word.
Very much so.
And I will now unmute Karl for him to run us out.
Kazoo Karl.
I'm afraid because I've recently gone to tablet form, Gilly, you're going to have
you need me to do that as well.
Fucking hell.
I'm not going
to just say bye.
Man, last time I did anything on a tablet, I ended up killing the stream about 20 minutes into it. So I'm not even touching any buttons here. So if you wouldn't mind,
it's fine.
Thanks for watching.
Just say bye, Karl.
I'm not
just
sure
on this, Michael.
Just let him say bye. Then we can mute him, and me and you can carry on talking.
All right, go on then. Get your set off.
Goodbye.
Cheers, mate. Love you.
Yeah, he's muted now. Carry on. Yeah, go on.
It's quite easy, Karl, because I'm so good at what I do. It's whoever's not on the main pod is usually covers the B and C. It's quite easy to follow, you see. There's method in this madness. Michael, you have said any link to the merch. I will post the links I will post it on Twitter, and I will post it on YouTube as a post as well. So just keep your eyes out, just keep refreshing or whatever, and go to our page or go to the YouTube channel, and it'll be on there for you. So there you go. We'll get linked up. Sunshine.
Thank you very much. So I'm looking for Jay's outro and can't see it. So has he not uploaded it? He's gone and made it, but not uploaded it.
He did upload it, did he? It's right at the top.
Oh, he's put it at the top. He's moved it to top. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So the customary thank you. I want to thank everybody for getting involved in the comments. This has been an absolute tragic shit show, but the great thing about it is because we aim to just be like a group of lads in a pub, it being a shit show is not a bad thing. It's absolutely consistent with the Orta No Better experience. So Thank you for getting involved. Thank you to Karl for being our host for about 50% of the pod.
Karl for being Karl.
Yeah, he's still here. He's still fighting. We can't
I could hear the sigh through the silence. I could feel that sigh. I could feel it. Manifest, Karl.
Woosa. Thank you to Smarty for all of those opinions and all of that sort of shit.
All the shit ones, yes, thank you.
And the quality control, obviously, on the video, keeping me out of jail and all of that sort of stuff, not getting banned on YouTube. And, just fronting up that midlife crisis that you've got with your snapback on tonight. So, fronting it up is just
I'm
absolutely
going to get myself a snapback just for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I drive a convertible Audi, so midlife crises all around. Let's not worry about that too much. Thank you to everybody getting involved in the comments. Thank you for all your likes and shares. Do all of that subscribing bullshit and share the next one when it comes out.
Subscribing bullshit.
Yeah, subscribing to bullshit, let's be honest. Yes. So Jay and Luke will be on the B and C for the Burnley game by virtue of them not being present here. And I think that's all she wrote. So we will now bring in Jay's special 25-26 outro. Enjoy.
We're sorry.
It's all the no better. We all the know much better than letting Karl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live,
shit take has been
can't speak or even tell the time.
It's Moratoy's out the pram.
It's all the
if I see his mother
we
in the stands,
much better.
I am
this
going to crack an egg
show for tonight. And if you like these weapons and you don't think that balance, please go check out our merch site. Good night.
Little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.